If you're currently working a 9 to 5 or in school or balancing a million different things, how in the world do you manage your time so you can build a social media marketing agency the right way? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? In this video, we are going to dive into the YouTube comments and answer one of your guys' questions. So Joe asked, basically saying that he is a college student and he is struggling with his time management and, more importantly, getting clients. So Joe, the first piece of advice I have for you is one, understanding how much time you actually can dedicate towards this each week. Now, depending on who's watching this video, if you're somebody that can dedicate 5 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours a week, that's going to obviously have a big impact on how you actually grow this business, because there's going to be different ways on how you can grow this. Now, don't worry, if you can do less than 10 hours a week, I've got some ideas for you. But if you're somebody that can do more than 10 hours a week, that is usually ideal for first getting started with this. And obviously, if you can do 30, 40 hours a week, that's even better, because you'll be able to go through this at a faster speed. So the first thing you got to understand is how much time do you actually have, right? And then from that time would be the next thing is, how do you manage that time the right way? Is that going to be something where you're focused on the front end, or are you focused on the back end? My biggest advice is, if I were to do this all over, and let's say roughly I had maybe 10, 20 hours a week, the first thing I would do is, one, focus in on getting my messaging in play. Meaning, I have one special niche that I go after. If you haven't seen the video on how to pick the right niche and get into blue ocean industry, there'll be a link down below where you guys can check that out. A really good video I just did recently. But figuring out that right niche that you're in and making sure that your messaging is on point. That way, when you get the messaging on point, let's say you get a bunch of outreach out and then you have people replying, getting on your calendar, you can then automate that by hiring a virtual assistant and basically just creating what we call an SOP, standard operating procedure. I'm sure there might be some other different names out there, but that's what we refer to it as, where you create an SOP where your VA just follows instructions and then sends those messages out on your social media accounts or your cold emails or your LinkedIn or whatever it is. So I would look at that first on figuring out how you can automate your time with prospecting, because that's the first thing that we look at with all of our one-on-one clients, is making sure that we can, one, perfect their messaging in a particular good industry, and then setting that on autopilot so they spend all their time on sales calls if they can. And don't worry, if you can't spend time on sales calls, I've got an idea for you as well. But particularly number three with all this would be focusing in on what we call a money calendar, which is prioritizing your time to have a calendar that looks like something like that, but maybe even a little bit better, because when you have people on your calendar that they are money opportunities. So basically, a money calendar is when you look at your calendar and you see, and that's my imaginary calendar right there. Maybe we'll have something pop up. You see that you have a bunch of opportunity to close deals. That is what we refer to as a money calendar. And to be real with you, most people in this space fail because they can't get enough people on the phones. They think it's a bunch of different reasons. They say this stuff doesn't work and a million different excuses. But I'll be honest with you guys, I've coached over 300 people on building agencies. And the number one reason people fail is because they don't have enough opportunities. So what you need to be focusing all of your time and attention on right now is, one, automating prospecting, two, getting on as many sales calls as you can, a money calendar, and then three, prioritizing that time. So if you can hop on these sales calls, do it yourself. If you're working a 9 to 5 and maybe you're working literally 9 to 5, coming home to a baby screaming and you have to take care of that all night or whatever it is, and like your schedules just don't work up, your next step would be to hire a closer to come through and pay them on a percentage of the deal, which works out well because you don't have to lose any money up front. Now, here's the thing with a closer, and I'll go in that in a second, is you need to find someone that can actually close deals. right? And usually the issue is if you can't close the deal, it's going to be hard for you to find somebody that can. So take that in consideration when you are hiring a closer. When you're hiring someone, there's a lot of work that actually goes into that. Now, if you are going to hire a closer, what I would recommend that you do is put them on a 10% of whatever they close. So, for example, if they closed a $2,000 deal, you would pay them $200. And then from there, you can have incentive-based closing rates, meaning like, let's say they close deals 1 through 4 in the first month, they get 10%. Deals 5 through 10, they get 15. Deals 11 through 20, they get 20%. Whatever it is in play that you want to work out and negotiate with your closer, make sure you have incentives in there for them to really grow with your business as well. So after you get all this down, the next thing that Joe asked in this comment is, how do you set yourself apart from the competition, and how do you figure out your right type of offer? Well, the simple solution is you want to stand out from everybody else and not overcomplicate it. A lot of times people come in here and they throw all these bonuses saying you're going to get X, Y, Z, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this. And at the end of the day, and what I have all my clients do and what we do inside our agency is dumb it down. Keep it dumb simple. Make your offer along the lines of, we'll give you X, and if we don't, we'll give you Y plus Z. And the way that that breaks down is basically saying like, hey, we're going to give you 30 patients interested in losing weight in the next 30 days. And if we don't, we'll give you a full refund plus $1,000 just for wasting your time. That way it's a no-brainer for when you talk to a client, because they'll get on a call with you. And even if you're terrible at sales, the offer will sell itself. And that's ultimately what you want. So I really wouldn't complicate it by adding a bunch of extra bonuses right now, unless you're a little bit more experienced and can do like Google reviews, database reactivations, and just keep it dumb simple, because simple scales. And to wrap this up for you guys, the biggest advice I can give you, other than time management and figuring out where your time's better spent, is start studying copywriting. Copywriting is huge. As a business owner, that is what I found to be one of the biggest things to drive a business, is having an understanding copyright. Because if you're putting out material that isn't relevant towards your audience, people aren't going to buy from you. So that is one way to separate yourself from competition as well, is figure out how to be good at copyright. Because if you can be good at copyright, you're going to separate yourself from the competition. That wraps up this video. If you guys are looking to get a kickstart in the SMMA space and are looking to get your next 3 to 5 clients, go check out the link down below. It's my agency launch map course. It's only $7. And to be honest with you guys, a lot of the information in there we've charged thousands of dollars for. So it's just my way of trying to help you guys out to build this. So in good faith, when you start building this agency and you're ready to take it to the next level, you reach out to me and go, hey, Justin, bought your agency launch map program. I'm ready. Hit the gas pedal for me and we'll take you to Mars. That's ultimately what I'm here to help you guys do. So with that being said, drop a comment down below what you liked about this video, or what you thought, or any questions that you have, because we're going to be doing these more frequently, where I just pick a random comment and we'll come on here and literally just answer it for you. So if you haven't yet, drop that comment down below, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.